When I first moved into my new apartment, I didn't think much about the old mirror in the bathroom. The landlord had told me it was original to the building and couldn't be removed. It had a tarnished silver frame and was slightly warped, like something from an antique shop. I shrugged it off. A mirror was just a mirror. At least, that's what I thought. The first time I noticed something was off, I had just finished brushing my teeth. As I turned away from the sink, I caught a flicker of movement in the corner of my eye. My reflection, lagging behind. Just a second, barely enough to register, but enough to make my stomach twist. I told myself it was just my imagination. Maybe I was tired, maybe the light was playing tricks on me. But then, it happened again. One night, I was washing my face when I lifted my head and saw it. My reflection wasn't doing what I was doing. It was standing perfectly still, staring at me. My heart leapt into my throat, and I blinked, shaking my head. The moment my eyes refocused, the reflection moved normally again. I left the bathroom with a pounding heart, telling myself it was just stress. Then things got worse. I started noticing tiny differences in my reflection. At first, they were small, my facial expression not quite matching mine, my posture looking just a little too stiff. Then, one night, as I stood in front of the mirror, I saw something that made my blood run cold. My reflection had too many teeth. Not a lot more, just a few, enough to look wrong, enough to make my stomach churn with the primal instinct that told me this is not you. I slammed the bathroom door and didn't go back in until morning. After that, I avoided the mirror as much as I could. I turned off the light before stepping inside. I used my phone camera instead of looking directly. It helped, until last night. Last night, I woke up at 3 a.m. to a soft tapping. Still half asleep, I sat up in bed, straining my ears. It was coming from the bathroom. Tap, tap, tap. A slow, deliberate sound. My stomach twisted. I reached for my phone and turned on the flashlight, my heart hammering. The bathroom door was slightly open. That wasn't right. I always shut it before bed. Swallowing hard, I slid out of bed and crept forward. My fingers tightened around the doorknob. I pushed it open slowly. The bathroom was empty. The mirror stood in its usual place, reflecting my dimly lit room behind me. Nothing was wrong. And then, I saw it. My reflection wasn't looking at me. It was staring at the door behind me. A wave of cold dread crashed over me. I turned, heart slamming against my ribs. Nothing. Just my bedroom, empty as it had been before. Shaking, I turned back to the mirror. My reflection was smiling. I wasn't. I stumbled backward, slamming the door shut. My breath came in ragged gasps. My skin crawled with a primal, instinctual fear. I crawled back into bed, pulling the blanket over my head like a child. For hours, I lay there, straining to hear anything, waiting for something to happen. But nothing did. When the sun finally rose, I cautiously stepped into the bathroom. The mirror was normal. My reflection moved when I moved. No smile, no extra teeth, no delays. Just me, but I don't believe it anymore. Because I know what I saw. And now, every time I look into the mirror, I have this sinking feeling. Something else is looking back at me.